happy month of festivities. Right now is the time of consumerism and stress all around. Oh, and this. You know, I'm starting to understand how you guys feel in the UK. This season of grey is, not my favorite. Let's stop focusing on my boring life and talk about all of the amazing theme parks we've been to. Everyone loves top 10 lists, right? The YouTube algorithm sure does. So let's go ahead and state objectively which theme parks are the best, at least out of the ones we've visited. When we ranked these parks, we focused on the overall experience we had. If we were ranking purely on coaster collection, this list would look much different. And you, viewers, don't even try to argue in the comments what my factual opinions are. Your opinions are subjective, and mine simply are not.
Preposterous.
This video is going to determine what North American amusement park was the best park in the country in 2023. So, is our favorite still Kings Island? Or has it been dethroned? Keep watching till the end to find out. Number 10, Carowinds. Ah, Carowinds. Le Parc du Fury. Really, that's the one major thing this park has going for it. Right now, at least. Oh, well, that and Copperhead Strike, somewhat. If you've seen my review on this park, you know that we weren't entirely impressed with the rest of the rides here, but most of them were alright. The rest of the experience we had at this park was fine, and so far it seems like the new Aeronautica landing area has done well for the park. Truly, this park is almost entirely held up by Fury 325, which, to this day, still remains one of the best coasters Katie and I have had the privilege of riding. Number 9, Knoebels. You ever like going to an amusement park where you can tell right from the get-go that the staff and leadership really care about not only their park, but the people attending? Knoebels is one of those places. This park has some of the best wooden coasters in the country, and it's always fun seeing discussion between people about which of the two main wooden coasters are the best.
Prepare for battle!
The great thing about this park is the fact that neither group is wrong. Both Twister and Phoenix are great coasters in their own right. As for the rest of the park, there is an awesome variety of food choices, and everything is priced reasonably. The only thing keeping this from being higher in this list is just how crazy the coaster collections are at the rest of the parks. In my opinion though, this is one of the best family-owned theme parks in the United States. Number 8, Six Flags Great Adventure. What a great adventure indeed. From having the insanity of El Toro to the speed of King Dakar and the forces of Nitro, this Six Flags park has almost everything. So why is it at number 8? Well, even with its huge ride collection, there still seems to be something missing. Is it the ride collection itself? Well, you have the inversion machines in Green Lantern, Batman, Superman, and Medusa. You have airtime with Jersey Devil Coaster, somewhat, El Toro, and Nitro. Then some milder family coasters like Runaway Mine Train, Harley Quinn's, and finally Lil Devil Coaster. And don't forget the standout King Dakar, or the warehouse coaster that is Skull Mountain. You see, this park does so much right, but felt like it was missing character. Some areas, like the parts near El Toro and King Dakar, really felt like there was a lot of potential. But then, when you were near Superman and Green Lantern, things just felt empty. The Justice League area was fine, I guess. This is mostly a Six Flags kind of problem. The coasters here, though, were so good it almost makes up for all of this. At least when they were working. Number 7, Busch Gardens Tampa. Ever felt like riding a cheetah? How about an alligator slash crocodile slash lion slash tiger slash liger slash alidile slash crocodile thing? Well, Busch Gardens Tampa has you covered.
That's impossible.
This is a park that focuses more on quality over quantity. Granted, there is not much free land for this park to work with, but still, the coasters that are here are great. Better than great. This Busch Gardens Park has what some coaster enthusiasts call their number one, Iron Gwazi. It also has some incredible other rides, like one of the best dive coasters in the country, SheiKra. It also has an amazing invert, Montu. Almost every ride here stands up on its own and would be a star attraction at just about any other theme park. So what's keeping it at number 7? Ironically, lack of variety, as well as some other things. This park does really good on theming, but lacks in a variety of food choices. It does really good with its roller coaster collection, but is lacking in flat rides. It has an awesome collection of thrill coasters, but doesn't cater towards smaller riders as well, at least for now. It has a good overall environment, but prices on everything are high, and there's a markup on everything on top of that for economic reasons.
Hello, I like money.
That really sums up the feeling I got from this park. There was a lot of good, but all of that good had as big a butt as Aunt Fanny.
Well, then why is she called Aunt Fanny?
Couldn't call her Aunt Booty.
Whoa!
Number 6, Knott's Berry Farm. Something seemed loose to you? Oh shoot, I could use some knots right about now. Really, Knott's feels really close to a complete package. It's got pretty good rides, extremely thorough theming, and it's pretty well taken care of.
It's pretty good work.
This park has a lot of history behind it that Cedar Fair has done a decent job at preserving. It is, however, 100% developed and really could only see expansions into the parking lot. Apparently, plans were made for a Giga or even a Hyper, but I think those are long gone. So what's not to like? Well, the ride collection here honestly isn't as strong as some of the other parks here. So while it wins on nearly every other front, this is the one area where it is somewhat lacking. Number 5, Six Flags Magic Mountain. Okay, so when it comes to the complete package standpoint, it's kinda difficult to rank this park. It has a fairly good selection of flat rides, okay food in some parts of the park, mediocre theming in the rest. But can we talk about having the highest number of roller coasters in a single amusement park? Yeah, that's Magic Mountain.
Nice.
Granted, a good portion of these rides are small-scale family attractions, but still, it doesn't come close to the amount of tiny coasters that a park like Energylandia has. Let's face it, we all know that park is probably going to dethrone Magic Mountain, but out of their up-and-coming 19 roller coasters, only 6 of them are true thrill coasters, while Magic Mountain has 14 thrill coasters. Not all of these coasters are the best, but a lot of them are pretty good. The coaster collection here is huge and full of just about every type of coaster you could ask for.
And that's a fact.
Hopefully, with the potential shakeup in leadership, this park can truly blossom into something beautiful. Number 4, Dollywood. When it comes to overall beauty in a theme park, Dollywood is the place to look. I like to call this park like Disney, but country.
Checks out.
Having some really thorough theming and attention to detail, Dollywood is almost the complete package. While it doesn't have a huge coaster collection, what rides it does have are all high quality. Incorporating several theming elements into each ride, Dollywood does a good job at providing for immersive ride experiences all throughout the park. Where it really stands out is Lightning Rod. Unfortunately, this coaster will no longer be launched, but I think this is for the better. It will be far more reliable and allow more people to experience its awesome layout. There's great food, a good selection of flat rides and coasters, and a lot of care put into the theming. So what's not to like? Well, the rides are somewhat short. Many of the coasters here aren't setting any track length records, but that's okay. Remember, we're talking about the overall experience here. Dollywood does a really good job at providing a great overall experience. Number 3, Cedar Point. While this park doesn't have as many coasters as Magic Mountain, what it does have are arguably better. Just about every coaster here is standout and notable in its own right, which makes this one of the best coaster collections in North America. Truly, there is no substitute for Cedar Point. As a coaster enthusiast, you can fall into one of two categories: those who have been to Cedar Point and those who haven't. No shade if you haven't, by the way. This park is huge, and it's no surprise that most people recommend that you spend at least 2 or 3 days at this park to try to fully experience it. Heck, I'll even back this idea up. Katie and I spent 3.5 days here, and even we felt like there were plenty more things we could do that we missed. It has a ton of coasters, tons of flat rides, and tons of walking. The biggest weakness of this park was, unsurprisingly, the food selection. We haven't been back since some of the latest expansions, but I don't have high hopes for these. And so begins the final top 2. Is a former favorite gonna lose its top spot? Is there someone new on the block? Or is it safe? Starting off with the second best park on the list, we have number 2, Kings Island. What a surprise. This park was our favorite park for a while, and only just this past summer has been moved down into a number 2 position. I want to preface that this is a very close competition, and just because this is second place, or the first loser, doesn't mean this park and the next one on our list are all that far apart. Having a stellar ride collection, efficient and well taken care of staff, Kings Island truly is an amazing amusement park. This park has some of the best operations of any park we've been to and has an amazing ride collection. There is a slight lack of variety, but almost every ride here is great at what it does. You can't go without mentioning the legendary coasters here as well. You've got the Beast, Diamondback, Orion, Banshee, Mystic Timbers. All of these are great rides. The beauty of this park is also bar none. While the theming isn't insanely thorough, it is present and appreciated. Having a fairly decent food collection, this park left Katie and I with a lasting impression and definitely deserves to be towards the top of the list. I honestly believe that Kings Island truly is the park to be beat when it comes to the overall experience. Number 1, Hershey Park. Without further ado, we have our favorite park. While it wasn't the best of the best in operations, it made up for it almost everywhere else. We truly call this our favorite park due to how thorough the ride collection is here, as well as everything else. Everyone ranks their favorite coasters here differently, but that's the amazing part of it. A mid-tier coaster at Hershey Park would be a top-tier ride at almost any other amusement park. That's simply due to the sheer quality of the rides here. This park had a great atmosphere that shows appreciation for the history of itself while also embracing the future. Having one of the best variety of food choices in a single amusement park, you're sure to find something you like. If you're spending multiple days here, you'll be able to change things up frequently. Can we also talk about the merchandise experience?
Merchandising! Merchandising!
This park has a really good selection of merchandise, and I wish I could have taken more home with me. Darn you, money getting in the way. The staff here were also incredibly friendly and made the experience just a little bit better. Can I also mention that this park had some of the cleanest restrooms out of any theme park we've ever been to?
It's beautiful.
Hershey Park was firing on all cylinders when we went and did an amazing job at creating some great memories. Really, the only thing I could think of that would be neat for this park is if it had a bit more interesting of an entry plaza. When comparing it to the entry plaza of Dollywood or Kings Island, Hershey Park feels like it could use something else. Maybe a garden or another fountain or just something. The other thing I appreciated about this park was its size. This is not all that large of a park. Somehow, they were able to cram 14 coasters into its small plot of land. This size, in my opinion, is a big plus. It makes walking from one end of the park to the other a breeze and makes everything else easy to manage. What about theming? The facades here generally don't have much of a theme beyond colonial American theming, but it still all comes together and looks nice. Hershey Park is a park that should be viewed as a sum of all of its parts. When you do this, it's easy to see why it ranks so highly on this list. So there it is, we have a new favorite park. This was something that Katie and I mulled over for quite a while, and honestly, if you ask us at any other point, this opinion can change from time to time. I might transition next year into doing tier lists instead of top 10s, as ranking these parks is somewhat difficult to do. If given the chance, we honestly wouldn't mind going back to any of these theme parks. I mean, it's in the name, we're manic for roller coasters. Once again, I wanted to mention how grateful I am for the fact that we've reached our goal of 1,000 subscribers. This is incredible, and I can't wait to see where we can go in the future. We've got a lot of big plans for 2024, and I can't wait for you guys to see them. Be sure to check out the rest of the videos on our channel if you like this one. Thank you so much for watching this video. Don't forget to leave a like and comment below and hit that bell icon. Special thanks to our Patreon supporters Nathan Martin and Future Collective. $1 a month helps me bring even more content to you guys, and I even have some exclusive content coming, so check it out. Check the description below to find links to the rest of our pages. Thanks for watching the video, and ride on, Coaster Maniacs.